Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Lezren and I am playing KSP 1.0.5 heavily modded. Thank you for joining me again. It's been a little while. Sorry for the long pause in playing this game, but life happens, holidays, all that good stuff. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, last time we failed to get to the moon. Well, we accomplished getting to the moon. We failed landing on the moon. Trying to remember what else happened. Got a satellite up in orbit. Actually unlocked quite a bit in the research tree. Our ComSat is holding pretty damn steady, which it should. I mean, it shouldn't move, so we're good there. I think what I want to do, and I did do a little bit of R&D in between this video and the last. So I haven't been completely not playing the game. I've just basically been doing some R&D off camera. This is kind of what I've come up with. It is the next generation satellite with the foldable panels. Use the 3.5 meter parts. Should be quite a bit better. And this did go a lot further than I ended up needing it, so I think we're good. Probably going. I actually was trying to make a rocket in order to bring it home, not just leave it up in space. I don't know if I completely accomplished it with this one. At least, I mean the main stage that it gets it up there. So I want to place a satellite and then bring the stage home. So without further ado, I might just go ahead and launch this. I do need to get another one up. I don't think I'll be putting it in equatorial orbit. I think I'll put this one in a polar orbit. A very elliptical polar orbit. And I do mean very elliptical. This actually has... These have plenty of range. 50 million meters. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this up there. I did also create a new moon lander, which I believe will work. If I can find it. I believe this was it, MK2 moon lander. With a launch on it. 3.5 meters parts. It got there and back in my simulation, at least, with plenty of delta V. So I might be doing that as well, whether in this video or the next. But okay, enough talking. Let me go ahead and launch. Let's launch a satellite. I do need to get a map going of the moon. Unfortunately, I kind of need a satellite to do that, at least with what I want to do. Let's lower you down. You don't need to be sky high. There we go. Alright, let me check my staging. And these, I don't want to deploy. Yep. Default settings. Okay. I think we are good to go. Now, granted, I am going to say this. It's been a little while since I have actually launched a rocket in the game, so hopefully I don't mess it up too horribly. I do have a contract to get science from around Kerbal, so I'm going to throw this on there just so I can finish that contract. Alright, let's build it. It's the only one building. I probably will build... Let's build the moon lander in between it. Might just go all out. I mean, this is fairly cheap. So let me... Whoops. Well, yeah, save it too. Let's go ahead and do both. I'll get both missions going. And then I'll probably build another one of these behind the moon lander. Just to get a better view of it. It's not entirely sexy, but it looks good. And it works. If I do it right, it gets me there and back. With some to spare, if not more than some. Plenty. Okay, so that is building. Let me... No. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds good. Okay. Moonlander will take less time to build. However, the satellite will take, I believe, longer to repair the launch pad, just due to the size of the moon, or the size of this launcher. So let me go ahead and duplicate it. Might do it one more time. Now that leaves us with very little money. In the grand scheme of things, very little money. But I do have a couple contracts, one of which is science data from around Kerbin, which should be easy to get. Then I have some observational surveys around the moon at a specific height, or below, and above, apparently, which I believe I'll be able to do with that moon lander. Obviously need to plant a flag and explore. So, there's quite a bit to do, and it involves the moon. And then create a network, which that's a little ways out, because until I get my Kerbin satellite network up, I'm not going to be doing those. Alright, I might weather satellite. Achieve an altitude of basically just orbit. That's easy. Well, that's a very low eccentricity. It's a very, very accomplishable mission, though. Expires in 8 days, so if I time warp to any of these, I will lose it. So I need to go ahead and probably take that. Enter orbit around Kerbin, reach orbit and stay. So about half a day. This is just information. I'm just thinking about it, whether or not I want to take this. It should be fairly easy. I mean, 74 kilometers isn't hard to get to. That's just basic orbit. It doesn't really say it has to be, I mean, the eccentricity has to be 0.1, but not necessarily the inclination. So I can make this a polar orbit. Be a really low polar orbit, but I could do that. Of course, I don't really need a map Kerbin anymore, so it's not really worth all that much either, money-wise. Probably do it with a fairly small rocket and tiny satellite. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do it. Maxed out my contracts there. Alright, so I'm going to warp to ComSat lander, or the ComSat satellite. Now you may be asking, what's the point in having Kerbal construction time if you just warp to it. Well, it's going to make a huge difference whenever I actually have manned missions away on planets, because time warping 25 days is not going to be easy to do whenever you have another mission you have to deal with. So I'm going to have to set up logistics, and I'm going to have to set up basically habitats in order for them to live. And in case anything goes wrong, like if I destroy a supply mission, they're either screwed, or you have to figure some way to cheap and quick, easy way to get them some supplies. So this will definitely come in a lot more later on whenever I have, permanent bases, and or even just longer missions. To the moon and to Minmus is not that big of a deal. So once we get outside the sphere of influence of Kirpin, yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass. So let's roll out. 4 days. Especially, this is probably the last thing I'll say about it, especially with life support mods. That's when it becomes really difficult and costly to build large, expensive, time-consuming rockets. And if you don't have anything upgraded, it's just going to take that much longer. So I'm going to have to start investing some money eventually into upgrading the build points for Kerbal construction time. So keep that in mind. Alright, I think my staging's good. Probably gonna, I'm pretty sure this is about a half throttle launch, but I'm gonna start out full just in case, because I don't remember and I didn't try it out before I started recording. So again, first launch. Let's see. I think we're good. Check everything. As good as we can be. Alright, let's get ready to go. I'm going to do polar, right? Because if I do a polar orbit, this way, it'll have almost constant communication with this satellite, which will allow me to get communication out here much easier, just in case. So yeah, it's just another redundant, and I can technically use it for the most part going forward without having the other ones. So okay, let's wish me luck first of all. And this is just a satellite. I did not set up an abort, so as long as I don't blow up the launch pad, I'm safe. If I blow up this launch pad, I'm really, really screwed. I don't think I have the money. I don't have the money to repair it, so it's probably the end of my career, depending on how much it costs. So 3, 2, 1, launch. With the KeoComSat MK4. Destined for a high polar orbit. Yeah, throttle back. I will pick up speed quickly. So far, so good. Everything's looking nominal. Fuel is a go. Breaking through cloud layer. Go minor turn if I can keep it minor. Throttle up. Good separation. I did go ahead and remove the mod that was allowing me to tweak the gimbal. I think that may have been... It was not tweak scale. It was actually... Oh, what's the mod called? Stock bug fixes. It's part of the plus modules in that. And I believe it was causing some weird gimbaling issues. At least from what I could tell, other people were also having some weird issues whenever using SAS and whatnot with gimbals. So I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong on that, but so far I've been doing pretty well since then. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. Alright, looks like our launch was successful. Let's go ahead and try and get this as polar as possible. Almost out of the atmosphere completely. Come on, 90-degree inclination. Slowly but surely. Alright, let's get rid of the fairings. Beautiful. And let's open up one of these. Set activate. Let's do mission control. I'm gonna do more than that just in case. Let's do the ComSat. MK1. Almost to 90 degrees. Alright, let's go ahead and do a big gravity turn. We'll just pick up as much speed as possible at this main stage. I'm going to lose contact with this pretty quick once I get around the horizon. Almost OCD-like perfection in the inclination. It doesn't have to be that perfect. It really doesn't. Okay. Okay, 90 degrees. Getting a little bit low on fuel for the main stage. I'm just getting in the last tank, so. I just want just enough fuel to get it back home. And we're in orbit. We're getting to a very high orbit. And I'm about to cut the main stage. Right about now. Actually, I went a little too far. That took me into an escape trajectory. Might bring it back just a smidge. Just a little bit. Bring it on home. What am I? Moon? Really? Let's get out of that. I actually went the wrong way. I wanted it to kind of go this way. Ah, messed it up. I wasn't actually thinking about that. I can fix that pretty easy. Okay, let's go ahead and separate this stage. Guess you're now seeing that I'm not perfect at this game. Far from it, actually. Almost forgot that. Okay, they both... Okay, let's go ahead and... Do I want to arm these? I'll arm one of them. Just to have it armed. Kind of staging it a little bit. Hopefully that'll act a little bit as a drag chute. So let's go ahead. Yep, that's what I wanted. Now this guy... Actually going to have to do a burn in order to fix it the way I want it. If I can, I should say. No, I need to do radial. Yes. I may not have enough to really do this. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Well, I may have flubbed this up a little bit. It's plenty high. And I only have 400, almost 500 LTV on this thing. What I meant to do was, and I completely spaced this, pardon the pun, I meant to actually do an orbit and then burn down here, down on the south side. But I just kept going, not even thinking about it. Completely not even thinking about it. I could do something around like this. Kind of slowly fix my orbit. Actually, now I think about it, let me see something. No. All right, apoapsis. This is really probably what I need to do. Need to fix it first. It's actually too far anyway. There we go. Once I have that, I should be able to circularize and fix my orbit fairly cheaply. In fact, I'm probably going to do it in different stages here as well. I'm just kind of trying to fine tune this a little bit. Now, I don't want to be higher than 50 million. I mean, this is way higher than 50, but I don't want to be higher than 50 ultimately due to my satellite dishes. So let's try that. So if I do the node, I have connection. Torque. Hold maneuver prograde. Execute the next planned maneuver. Now this one, let's activate. Let's do my active vessel. So I can actually play with my main stage. Is this one on? Yes. This one, I just want to dip it into the atmosphere ever so slightly. Oh, I was thinking that was the... Yep. I want it to be probably in the realm of 50, maybe 40. I'll do 46 kilometers. I should give me the atmosphere, and it's going to take several passes to actually get this home. Because I don't want it to burn up. I mean, there's no way to prevent that. So, all right. Let's do the same thing. Let's do the node. I may have to rotate it to keep the panel in sun. We'll see. Oh no, that should be perfect. And execute the next maneuver node. If I get too far, it's going to burn up. Okay, so 16 days for both of these. Go back to my satellite. Yeah, they're a long way. Okay, so... Get rid of all these. Let's add... Add the node. Yep. And let's add this one's node as well. So this one's about an hour behind. Thanks to my little push I gave it. My satellite, that is. So, okay, the next moon mission. 12 days out. So that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually sit here probably on the satellite. This will keep the eyes from getting hurt as bad as well. Okay, warp 2. Spiddly doo. And I've lost connection because apparently everything's on the other side. Or that one, I just don't have it. Where is it anyway? Oh, it's too far out, that's why. Wait a second. Why is my node way out here, but my trajectory is right there? And I'm far less than... Okay, something is weird here. Let me redo this. This is kind of funky. Funky time warp. Fortunately, I have no connection to actually do this with. Actually, I think I might. No. Because this satellite is pointing at me. The active vessel, and it's not working. What I should have done is turn this one on. I don't know why my trajectory was different. Is different now than it was whenever I made the node. That is not fun. I don't like that. Well, I hate to leave it here in this mystery, but I'm going to have to basically wait for this to come all the way into view again and then create a new node. So it's not going to do anything. It's actually in orbit. Both of them are. Now that I think about it, let me switch over. He's too far. Let me switch over, cancel his node as well so he's not burning in the wrong time. Okay, his node is kind of in the right spot. But I'm canceling it as well. They can be up here infinitely. It's not going to hurt them. They have power. So, okay. I'm going to get back to Space Center. And thank you for watching. I have been Lezren. This has been my pretty shitty episode. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. It's not a big deal. I'm going to be optimistic. And yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy. Have a good night.